So again, same thing here. So we see the cloud history. No need.
1 second, Sharath. 1 second. Can anyone give some example for IaaS, PaaS and SaaS services? You can give example. There are, we have given. You can explain.
No. You can tell like we have covered two services, right? IAM and EC2. Can someone try what where IAM comes and where this EC2 instance comes?
Sir, EC2 comes in infrastructure as a service.
Why?
Good.
Can
And
you explain?
Sir, because ma'am, in EC2 we get the virtual servers, databases, storage. So we get where from we get in EC2 we get infrastructure.
Okay.
Yeah, we
That
get
is
the
correct.
virtual servers, data. Yeah, that is why it comes in infrastructure as a service.
Okay. Anyone else? It will in infrastructure as a service, will it be application comes along with the server or you need to install it?
you can see with the diagram, you can tell actually.
A server comes along with the application or not?
No,
Why again?
ma'am. Ma'am, can you repeat your question again?
See, in infrastructure as a service, you will be getting a infrastructure. You will be having a basic, computer memory, storage, and network, right? So that is your like one computer. Okay, you can access your computer. Will that computer comes along with any application, or you need to install application based on your requirement?
Yes, ma'am. We have to install some of them, and some of them we get when we get the instances.
The application is in the sense the one which you're planning to work. Okay. Right? So the infrastructure as a service provides only your computer, okay? Whatever upon it, whatever the application you want to run, so that will be that you are going to install it. The cloud provider will not provide any application to you. Whereas you go for SaaS, they will give a application. So the user need not to worry about the application. The one which they want application, directly they can go and purchase it. But in infrastructure as a service, it's user or it's customer responsibility. They have to install the application based on the requirement.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
there's
any example for PaaS?
So I think they may not recall the names actually as of now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine
So,
then.
but this is actually the good one. So application, if you see carefully, managed by you is a white color, which means you need to manage. What we need to manage means we need to install it actually. AWS cloud provider won't do it actually. So wherever the grade color is there, so there AWS will take care actually. AWS will do the things. Wherever white color is there, so we used to do the things. We used to install or to do. Okay. So this is very important. No need to remember all these words actually, but
But
just
as of
remember.
now, you can compare on-premises and infrastructure. See, in on-premises, everything you have to manage, starting from storage, hardware, server, operating system, right? Everything the customer or user has to do it. You have to purchase hardware, you have to purchase storage, you have to give some connection for the network. You need a network device. But in infrastructure as a service, where AWS provides your networking, your storage, your server, your virtualization. So you're going to install only the things you required. Okay, as of now, you just compare on-premises and infrastructure as a service.
This is on premises, and these all comes under cloud. So we will discuss more about each services where it falls actually in different types. Okay. So just don't confuse. So types means infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Whereas deployment model, so that is private, public, and hybrid. Okay. Sometimes we used to get a confusion actually. So what is different types and what is different models actually? Model means private, public, and hybrid. Types means infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So we saw some cloud fact also. Cloud is one of among the top leaders actually. Since from 2000 when it started 2007, right? So since from 2007, still AWS stands a top leader in the market, and it has a very big market for AWS. And even competitors like Microsoft and Azure also very behind the Amazon. So it's better to know multiple cloud instead of one cloud actually. But as of now, one cloud you need to be a master. Then you can go for other cloud actually. So different cloud usage we seen, right? So different particular organization, they are using their for their own use cases like McDonald's or Netflix or NASA, right? They are using the cloud for different purpose. We have seen the virtualization. Excuse me. We have seen the virtualization also, how the cloud technology works actually. It works based on the virtualization technology actually, or virtualization engine in between the server and the your VMs or EC2 instance. So there is a virtualization sitting in between server and the VMs. So when the virtualization is configured or this thing, so where you can create a virtual machine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, n number of services you can virtual machines you can create. That's what the virtualization will tell. Okay. And you can install multiple flavors or operating system on top of single hardware itself. Looks like it has only one computer at the down, but we are creating three computers on top of one computer. Okay, just think like that. So that can be doable because of the virtualization or the virtual machine monitoring. Both are the same. So again, we have seen what are the different benefits of virtualization over the cloud, right? Again, it gives different things like security, flexible, economic. Okay. And we have seen the architecture also. There are two type actually, type 1 and type 2. So type 1, type 2, again, there is a host operating system already there on top of the hardwares actually. So where the virtualization comes in between. So whereas in type 1, there is no operating system, which means the performance is good here because the layers are less actually here. The layers are more here, but again, the configuration will be more complicated where the operating system is not there. So that's how actually the comparison. This is very important to know it, but yeah, in interview, people may ask the question, what is virtualization? How the cloud works, okay? This is important. So, but this won't come in the exams, but as part of the job interview, this is important.
And this hypervisor is also important. If they will ask how it will work means because of this hypervisor software.
Yes. It called as an engine also. It called as a software also. It calls as a VMM, virtual. What is that? Virtual monitoring. Where it is virtual machine monitor.
Machine monitor.
Okay, this is important actually.
These are the different terminologies for the same concept.
Yeah. So we seen the global infrastructure, right? AWS has there in all over the world, right? So in all over the world, AWS is there, but how they have given the terminologies? So they have segregated based on the regions. So they have a regions, each region having again a availability zones. What is availability zones? Again, it has a combination of data center. It could be a 2 or more data center. That combination we call it as a AZ or availability zone. So again, a combination of availability zone, call it as a region. So that's how the logic actually for data center, availability zone and region. So something edge, location and point of present is something like example, region to region, like US example, if you see here, London is there and there is a North Virginia or US region. Okay. So North Virginia to London means UK, US to UK, there is a cable which has connected to each region. So that so there is a private cables has been connected to each region, that we call it as a edge locations. Okay, so edge location, what it will help, so it will, whenever you are requesting or something, or whenever you are provisioning something, I mean when you are connecting to each region to region, example, sitting in Mumbai, you have provisioned a server in US location. Okay, just imagine sitting from Mumbai, you are provisioning the server in US location within no time, right? Like thousands or 10,000s of kilometers, which is very far away from here, right? So how fast the things are doable? That is because of the edge location, which means there are few points are there over the regions, different location. They have connected to each other by the private network, which means that the connection is not going over the internet. They have a separate cables of AWS. So that's why you are able to do the things very fast when you are sitting from one location to other location. That we call it as a edge location. And again, the point of presence also similar to the edge location. And we will see actually more detail, but I'm just giving you the heads up. So at the first class, I have not given this particular thing because you may not understood, right? So that's why I'm explaining today. So again, region.
While you selecting any, deploying any virtual machine, definitely it will ask for the region. Okay, in which region you want to deploy a machine. So based on the different location, you may get the different cost also.
Yes, correct. So that cost factors will come, and some other factors also will come. Okay, we have not added that slide. Okay, so there is some regulations are there when you selecting the region. Okay, there are n number of, again, n number of regions are there. We can randomly choose region, right? Whichever the fancy is there, or whichever near to you is there, you can select any region. But yeah, there is some best practices what we just spoke, right, in the syllabus part. So based on the requirement or based on the scenarios, you need to select the regions. Example, so we may select the Mumbai region most oftenly because we are sitting near to the Mumbai location. Definitely, there will be a certain small microsecond of latency will be there compared to the US or the Europe. Yeah, we just spoke, right. There will be no I mean, there is no lag, or there is no latency when you are provisioning the server in US location. But when you compare like microsecond or a millisecond,
It's
definitely there will be
recommended. We can say recommended
uh,
recommendation.
so some lag will be there. So that's why always you need to choose the region which is near to your location. Example, Mumbai is a nearest location, or next will be the like Singapore or a Tokyo, right, which is near to that. That is the first parameter. What could be the second parameter? Second parameter could be a like compliance or a data regulatory. What is data regulatory or a compliance? Compliance means, uh, example, Indian government tell that, okay, example, you are creating the Paytm app or the Phone Pay app or Google Pay app, right? So this is very critical applications where in terms of transferring your what banking sectors, actually it belongs to banking sector, where you can't provision the server belongs to Phone Pay, Google Pay, or Paytm, anything banking sector app. You can't provision in the US location, right? Because all our customers are sitting in Mumbai location. That is first parameter. What we are talking second parameter is our Indian data should not go outside the our country, right? Which is very important. It should sit in our India location itself. That's what we call it as a data regulatory or the compliance. Okay,
And we can
so
also divide them as production and non-production. As Sharath said, for the banking applications such as PhonePe and Google Pay, or so those will be considered as production ones. Okay. So non-production means development or some testing, some research is going on. Still, it is not released to the production. So those some latency also we can adjust. So that's why we can, while provisioning also, you can divide the servers or machines as production, development, test, UAT. So these are the different types you can choose.
yeah, so based on different scenarios, you need to select the regions. Again, the naming convention is here. So US tells the which region is. And again in US it is east, west, north. Okay, again in east it could be 1, 2. Okay, different locations, right? North Virginia, example, North India. When we say North India, it could be a Delhi, it could be a Jammu and Kashmir, right? But again, North means both are in different place, right? So that's why they given 1 and 2. Similar analogy I'm just giving. Okay, so this is how the naming convention is. Just no need to remember each naming convention, but better to know the logic actually, how just I explained. Okay, and we seen just now we explained again a combination of data center, we'll call it as a availability zone. Again, the combination of availability zone, we call it as a data center. Okay, uh, typically in data center it could be a thousands of servers. Okay, thousands or 10,000s of servers sitting next to each other in a building, that we call it as a data center. Again, how many data center? It could be one data center or it could be a more, 2, 3, 4, it could be any numbers. The combination of one or more data center, we call it as a availability zone. What is the purpose of creating these multiple setups? This is because for the fault tolerance. This is very important terminology. Fault isolation or fault tolerance, I can say actually. What does it mean? Something, one data center goes down, other data center should up and running, so that you should not face any challenges of down of server or something. Example, Google Pay or Phone Pay, sometimes if you not able to pay the amount like whole day, that it is a very big loss for all the companies and each individual, right? So in those kind of a particular critical applications, there should not be a zero downtime. Zero downtime means with no, I mean, even 1 second or 10 seconds also, it is a very big loss for each individual. So that's why it should always 24/7, it should be running. So that's the purpose of creating this architecture, multiple data center, calling as avail easy. Again, a multi AZs will be there in different location, that we call it as a Singapore, I mean region, sorry. What we call it as a region, that is a Singapore region. Okay, one I just shown in the picture. Again, it has a 3, so naming convention you can see here. AP means Singapore. Okay, AP Southeast, actually it is a Southeast. Actually there is some what error is there. It should be a Southeast actually, not only South. If you see your name AP Southeast 1, so it should be AP Southeast 1A, AP Southeast 1B, AP Southeast 1C. So A, B, C tells as a AZ, availability zone. Okay, AP means tells as a region, AP South. That's how it is. So this is again important. Each region is made up of 2 or more AZ. So there is a slight difference is there. You need to remember, it is very important. AZ is a combination of one or more data center. More means it could be any number, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but it should be more than one number. Okay, that is AZ. When it comes to the region, it should be more than 2. Okay, made up of 2 or more. It could be any number. Again, when you say more, it could be a maximum 6 as of now, I think, as per my knowledge. But important is two or more. 2 or more of AZ is called as a region. Okay, this is very important. Okay, in terms of exam and in terms of interview question. Does anyone have a doubts here? Did anyone didn't understood?
No, sir.
Sorry.
Okay. So we seen different particular services for each individual, like on premises in security. In on premises, they call it as a firewall or a administrator or a ACL, access control list. Okay. In cloud, the names slightly differ, like security groups, network ACL, AWS IAM. So you need to remember all these terminologies. Okay. No need to, I mean, yeah, it's better you know both the names for comparison purpose, so that you can understand better what this particular service do. Load balancer, what does it do? It is balancing the load. What Amazon VPC do? Again, Amazon EC2 instance, we seen EC2 instance, and IAM, right? So other services will see. So we've seen the different cloud comparison. Yeah, in our advanced level, you need to better all the different naming convention for each cloud. Okay, they call as a different services for each services. We are just learning EC2, right? In EC2 we call it as a Amazon. In Amazon we call it as a EC2. In Azure we call it as a VM, virtual machine. In GCP again we call it as a instance actually. Okay, So something is there, but we'll see in our last classes. Okay. And there are few documents also given here. So this is pertain to the introduction class. So why I'm just covering again the same class is because we need to remember the things. These are the very, very important. If you cover this thing, we are almost completed 20% now, which is very, very important.
And if we did not understand these basics, later stages, it will be difficult. So that's why, like, we are giving more, priority for these concepts.
Okay, guys. We discuss next topic is IAM. What IAM tells? IAM is identity and access management. Identity. Who are you? Access management. I mean, what access you have, right? Who and what. That tells as a IAM. Okay, it is a global service. Again, you need to remember. EC2 is not the global service. It is a regional service. Okay, very, very important. Again, and whenever you create a account first time, the root account by default it will create, and you should not share the root account to anyone, or you should not also do anything from the root account. You should always create a administrator or a user, and then you need to do other stuffs. Okay. And a combination of users, we call it as a group. Why we are creating groups? We are segregating groups based on the different purpose. Example, developer, audit team, and operations team, so that we can give a permission to the group instead of giving each individual users, because it is very tedious task. So if you give a permission to the group, automatically it will apply to the all the users inside that particular group. Okay. Or you can create a separate user for, and you can give a separate permission. There is no mandatory that particular user should always part of group. Okay. It could be a not part of a group, and group can be a part of multiple groups as well. Okay, that's how the picture tells. And we see in the IAM permission. What is IAM permission? Again, permission tells you the like what you can do it or what you should not do it. Okay, it is written in a, I mean, it tells as a policy, which what policy tells what you do it or what you not do it. Okay. And you should always give the least privilege access. What is least privilege? This is important. Least means less, less privilege principle, which means you should give very, very less permissions to each individual. Whatever he required, only give that particular permission. No need of giving all the permissions. Okay. And it is written in a JSON. This is written in a JSON document. Okay. And we have seen the structure of that particular IAM policy. What is structure? Again, what are the things are there when you are writing the permission? Okay. No need of knowing how to write the permission, but yes, it is very important. What are the things are there in IAM policy structure? Okay. It has a version, it has a statement, it has a effects, principle, action, resource. Right. Each individual tells a different thing. Version will tell when this particular language has been created or updated last time. Okay. ID is optional, where you can use some ID. Example, whenever you are doing something, you will give names, right? Nicknames, what we call. Uh, so, and apart from this, we give the statements. Again, statement consists of a SID. Again, it is optional, where you can use 1, 2, 3. Example, for this particular services, you can have a n number of permissions, granular level of permissions, 1, 2, 3. So for segregation purpose, you can give the SID, system ID, okay, which is optional. Effect is very, very important, like whether he or she or any user can allow or deny, which means he can do it or not do it. Effect tells that one. And principal tells like which account or which user, like particular user wants to do the things. Okay. That will given as a ARN, Amazon resource name again. So here we are giving for the root user. Okay. What action? We are giving an action in S3, some get object and some put object. Okay. And for which resource? In S3, one of the bucket. Okay. What we will see, what is a bucket and all. So this is how the permission or a policy structure looks like, which is very, very important again. So this is, we already might know it unknowingly, whenever you are creating any account, it could be a Facebook, Instagram, or anything. So where you need to give the password, right? And again, the password, it should be a combination of upper letter, lower letter, numbers, characters, special characters, right? And it should be a combination of all the things, and it should be a minimum of this particular length, 14 or 10, be anything. And you should always change the password over the time. No, you can't use the same password, which is a not good actually, right? So we seen MFA. What is MFA? Again, MFA is a multi-factor authentication. Multi means another layer, extra layer, factor authentication. Okay, the name tells same thing. Multi-factor authentication, where you can have a password is a default one, and you can have an extra layer called it as a security device. You can have your own security device so that you can enhance your security of particular account or a user. Okay, it whenever something lost, example, you forget the password, someone got to know what is the password, but still he can't log in because that code he should type, right? Example, if that particular device or a mobile itself lost means, but he don't know the password. So there is a combination of password and MFA, which is a strong password, I can say, strong authentication, what we call. Again, they have a different devices are there, virtual like mobile devices, like or universal second factor authentication, and the hardware MFA device like key fob, we call it as. And this is another one, AWS Go Cloud, like for US people they are using this. So again, for different use case or different purpose, they adopted different options. Okay, no need of having the same option for each individual. So they can have whatever the feasible or their requirement, they can use it actually. Most of them they will use the mobile itself. They will log in. They'll in mobile they can install Google Authenticator or the Amazon Auth. We call it as a Auth and a Google Authenticator. We can install that particular application. And we seen the different level of access of AWS, right? We can access using the console, like user interface, by logging into the password and multi-factor authentication, that we call as the AWS management console. Second is a command line interface where we have an access and secret key like this. Okay, and we can log in and you can do the stuffs using the command way, where you need to type the commands. And the last third one is software development kit, where software development means where you can have a program, you have some set of codes which is written in a different languages, Python, Java, or it could be anything, so that you can do the stuffs using the programmatic way or code way, where you can do the automation stuffs from the software development. Okay, again it also having a access key and secret key for username and password. Okay, we have seen in detail of command line SDK. Okay, and we have seen the IAM roles. Again, what is roles? I have just given the overview of the roles. Okay, we will see roles again. So what is roles? So we have a users, physical users. We have a users, called users and groups. Example, if you want to connect AWS services to services, right? Example, EC2 is connecting to other services. They also required the permission, right? Example, I am logging into EC2 instance, and from EC2 instance, I am doing other stuffs. Okay, example, this is my computer. Okay, from this computer, I am accessing AWS console. Okay, example, you are sitting in, you have a laptop, right? So you can also access the AWS console from your laptop, which means think next step. So I'm logging into EC2 instance and I'm doing other stuff from this particular EC2 instance. Okay. So which means for this particular service also we should have a permission, or else I can I can log into the AWS console. Now I got all the permission. I mean everything. So I can do anything, right? So instead of that, we can have a granular level of permission for services as well instead of user. That we call it as a IAM role. Okay. So again, IAM role could be used for different services like EC2, Lambda, or Cloud Formation. We'll see. And we have seen the reports or the security tools where you can audit the things. What is auditing? Like you can audit the credentials or passwords or the permissions of account level and the user level, where we have two reports. One is IAM credential report at the account level, where all set of account users and their status of their various credentials can be seen in this credential report with the name itself, credential. So which means their when the last the credential is rotated or changed, all those stuff you can see. Access advisory, it is another at the user level where you can have the what permission each end user having the permission. Example, one of the user having only EC2 instance access, or another user having only IAM access. So again, in IAM, what level of permission it has, whether he has used that particular services or not, or when he has last used that particular service. So you can see many stuffs, and you can change the permission from this particular report. So you can take action from this particular two reports. Very, very important. Again, credential report and access advisory. So we have seen the overall best practices when it comes to the IAM, right? Each physical user should have one physical AWS user, and user should always always belongs to one group, so that you can have a permission at the group level instead of each individual user level. Password should be very strong enough. You should always enforce to use user MFA device instead of a normal password. And we have a different level of access of AWS console, programmatic access, or the management console access, like that. So that keys also like used for CLI and SDK, which should not share across each other. Okay, which is very, very important. So we seen the shared responsibility. Again, this is a very, very important topic. Actually, we will discuss the shared responsibility model for each services. Instead of having all the service, we will talk about each services. For IAM particular services, what AWS do and what we will do. AWS will take care about the global network security, like whatever the network they have, right? They have a cables, we just talked, right? Cables, infrastructure, or the configuration, or the operating system, or the compliance. We just talk about the compliance, right? Compliance validity, which means the compliance, India may have a separate guidelines for data. China may have a different guidelines, or the US may have a different guidelines. So they should work on the particular guidelines also, that is compliance actually. So these all things should be taken care by the AWS. What we should take care? We should take care of our all the users, groups, roles, permissions. We need to manage it. How we will manage it? That you need to take care. You have a separate groups for each individual users or not. You have given right permission or least privilege permission or not. Okay, and whether you have enabled MF for all the account users or not. So you should take care of all those things. So when it comes to the shared responsibility model, this is very, very important. Again, we have seen the summary. Again, we just saw what we just discussed. Okay, this is particular to the IAM. Like any doubts as of now, or related to the IAM? Any doubts, guys? Traditional data center?
No, sir.
Okay. At least you guys are understanding, or how is it fast for you guys, or is it going on the fly? I just want to understand, guys. Tavgit, where is Tavgit? Yeah, I mean, are you guys understanding, or how it is?
Yes, sir. Understanding.
Yes, sir. I can understand.
Okay, what about Purnima? Purnima, you are understanding, right?
Sir.
Okay. If you have any small doubts also, please ask, guys, so that I can understand like what level you are understanding, or whether what problem you are facing, right? This is very, very important services which we are discussing. Okay, in terms of jobs or a certificate. If you just understood these two service itself, you can okay, you are eligible for getting the jobs. Okay, which is very, very important. We will do the practical stuffs again in detail, but at least theory wise you should understand all these topics. Okay. So we will discuss EC2 again today. In EC2 we have covered few topics like EC2 is one of the most popular service AWS offers. Okay, even organization, in fact, organization also use AWS is one of the most using service. Okay, so AWS gives you a 1 year free for provisioning one EC2 instance, that is T2.micro or T3.micro. Again, for different regions, they have a different free services for different services region. In Mumbai location, definitely it is free, T2 micro and T3 micro. And for different flavors, like when I say flavors, it is operating system. For different flavors, they have again a different free option. Like Windows, they have a free one, and Linux also they have a free. For other RHL and all, they don't have a free one. Okay, so EBS is one of the storage services which is required for provisioning EC2 instance. So they are giving 30 GB storage of free cost for Windows operating system and 8 GB for the Linux operating system. So again, this is a 12 months free. Okay. Example, I have provisioned one EC2 instance. Okay. And what I did is I have provisioned another EC2 instance. So currently I have a 2 EC2 instance now. So example, I'm running 2 EC2 instance for 10 hours. Can someone think whether it comes under free tier or not? So they're giving 750 hours per month. I have a 2 EC2 instance, 1 and 2 EC2 instance, and 2 EC2 instances are running 10 hours, okay, in a month. So whether it will come under free tier or not?
Yes.
Okay. What about others?
Can you just repeat the question, sir?
Sorry?
Can you just repeat the question?
Okay. So just think that I have created, instead of creating one EC2 instance, I have created two EC2 instances. Let's say three EC2 instances I have created. 1, 2, 3. Now I have created three EC2 instances. In the same month, let's say I have created one EC2 instance on a first day, and second EC2 instance on the third day, and third EC2 instance I have created on the fifth day. Okay. And each EC2 instance are running 10 hours. Okay. So whether all three EC2 instance comes under free tier or not, or only one EC2 instance comes under free tier?
So all three will come under it.
What about others, guys? Purnima, Tyagit.
So all three will come under free tier.
Yes. Why it will come under free tier? Because
Sir,
we are
sir.
probably free, right?
We have a 750 hours in a month. So
Yes. So
one
we are
EC2
not
is taking 10 hours.
correct. So 10, 10, 20 and 30 hours. So it is coming less than 750 hours. So someone can think like, okay, we have provisioned three numbers of EC2 instance, which means three computers, but they are not giving the numbers of computers. So you can create n number of computers, but that particular hours, it should not exceed 750 hours. Okay. Example, you can have a 10 EC2 instance. Okay. And you can run 75 hours each EC2 instance. So still you have a comes under free tier. Okay. So this is again important one actually. Whenever you are doing the labs, actually, I will discuss this one again. Okay. And we have seen EC2 instance configuration. Whenever you are provisioning one EC2 instance, no need of thinking all those things in our data center, what we discussed, right? So only we need to concentrate on these particular bold letters: operating system, which type, which network, storage, firewall, bootstrap, and advanced details. If you know only this particular parameter, you can create a EC2 instance within 5 minutes. Okay. Again, what is operating system? We have seen Amazon machine image, AMI, which means OS, which OS you want. Again, in Windows, they have n number of flavors or a different version. In Linux, they have a different distributions like RHL, SUSE, okay, and Mac also different operating system, whichever you want. So you can power in that particular operating system that we call in AWS terminology. What they call it as a Amazon machine image. Okay. Again, all are not free when you are doing the practice. Only few operating systems are free. Mac OS is not free. Windows few versions are free. Linux few versions are free. Okay. Again, instance type. What is instance type? We have seen the instance type, like CPU and RAM. How many CPU and RAM you require? We have seen different types, right? General purpose, compute storage, memory optimization, or accelerated computing. So all those things. So all those tells the CPU and RAM are different types. Okay. And the network we have not seen. Network again, we need to think of the IP and the VPC and subnet. Okay. And storage, like how much storage it is required for running one machine, right? It required at least a minimum some storage, right, for booting up the operating system. So that we call it as a storage. In storage, there are different storages are there: EBS, EFS, and EC2 instance store. Okay, we'll discuss more on this. And the firewalls is again the security groups. So security guard will be there, right, in front of your apartment or in front of your college. So not everyone can enter into your home or college, right? There will be a security guy who will check your ID cards or something, or some mechanism will be there. Based on that only he can allow or not allow the persons. So security group, that we call it as a firewall rules. And bootstrap strip. So whenever you are launching one EC2 instance, you can tell, okay, when you are projecting this EC2 instance, install this particular application or run these particular codes. Okay, few things where you can do automation while projecting EC2 instance. That we call it as a bootstrap strip. Okay, we'll see it actually. Some advanced details, okay, which we have not covered as of now, which is not required. But only these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 things are required whenever polishing the instance. These are the mandatory. These 2 are the optional. Okay. And we have seen the naming convention of EC2 instance type, which is very, very important. Again, guys, when it comes to the job or working also, and in exam there is not that much important, but it is better to know, like what stands for first letter tells the instance class, and second letter tells the generation, which generation. The bigger the number, the generation will be a latest one. And next, all the characters tells about the size of the particular class. 4x is a big machine, 2x is a smaller machine, only x large is smaller. Again, micro is very small, something like that. Okay. And we have seen the different family classes, which we have discussed in detail. Very, very important. Again, no need to remember all the things, but yes, just to remember what are the different types are there, and just discuss what is the analogy of having the different classes. Okay, general purpose. When I say general, it is a balance of CPU and RAM. Okay, which will be used for different purpose, like web application, lower traffic websites. And compute optimize, the name suggests compute, which means the CPU will be more compared to the RAM. Okay, the ratio of computer and RAM, compute will be more. The name starts with C only. Okay, and which will be used for high performance web server, video encoding and all. And next is the memory optimized. Memory, where, as name suggests, wherever the RAM is more, so the memory optimized. Again, for the database kind of a use case or a memory catchy kind of a applications or a use case, the memory optimized will be used. And the storage optimized is where the storage is very huge, like petabyte of a data or even more. Kind of a example, Google, whenever doing something, Google is recording your data, right? So it is collecting a petabyte of data each day. What is petabyte again? 1024 GB, we call it as a TB, terabyte. Again, 1024 of TB, we call it as a petabyte. Again, 1024 of petabyte, we call it as a other name, gigabyte, not gigabyte, something actually. So those kind of a use case, they are using a database or a data processing application. They will use a storage applications. Again, accelerated computing, where you have a gaming kind of applications or a machine learning or a visualization or a simulations, crash analysis we discuss, right? Example, crash analysis. So all those stuffs we use the accelerated computing. Okay, any doubts, guys? Again, till now.
Also, we will be from, till all these topics, we'll be giving assignments. Some assignments you have to work from your end and present to us.
Yeah. So coming to our next topic, so we will give the topics, okay, next class. So you should prepare at least one slide, not more than that at least, okay, or two slides. It depends on you. Better to prepare slide and come with that particular topic, okay. So we will give the 2-3 person names. You can group uh, among yourself and come up with this particular topic, okay. So, but as of now, I will just cover the high level what this particular service will do. So you can go. I will give the links as well. So go to that particular link, read the whole page, and do summarize in one slide and come with particular topic. Okay. So our next topic is EC2 pricing model. What is EC2 pricing model? There are different pricing models. Okay. Example, when you are using the taxi, okay, there are different options, right? For auto, they have a different price. For a cab, they have a different price. Okay. You can rent whole day itself. Okay. For that, you have a different price. Or you can book like for tomorrow cab, you can book today itself. Schedule it
Advance.
advance itself. So for that, again, a different cost. Okay. This is one logic. Okay. I can give another logic. Example, hotels. Okay. Where in hotel, you can book a room, only one single room or one single particular one bedroom or double bedroom. Okay. Something like that. So you can book at the previously, or what you can do, you can book whole building itself. Example, Ambani has did his son's marriage, right? So where they have booked whole hotel itself for their guests. Okay. For them, they have a different pricing models. Or what you can do, you can book one particular room for only one particular day, or you can book for whole particular week or whole particular month. So for different scenarios, you will get a different cost.
And
Similar.
also see whenever Amazon releases any, festival offers, Prime members, there will be one day it will be early, right? The cost. So those are like different pricing model to attract the customers to improve their business. The same way, these are the different type of what we can call it as uh, to attract the customers. For example, see if they give some discount and if they book the customer for the entire year, so that whole year those will be the permanent customers for them. So they're using their services continuously. So by giving some advance, they're booking for the whole year. Just think, what about booking the customer for one day, one week, or one month, and what about the booking customer for 1 year? So definitely that customer will be a permanent resource for them. So that's why they will give some offers to attract it not only in cloud or it not only in virtual machines. You can compare the same things as Sharad said, hotels, booking cabs. This is our business. To attract the customer, we have to give some them offer. You are purchasing mobile phones. Whenever there is a festival, definitely they are giving some offers, right? The same way, to attract the customers, they are giving some different offers. These are the different prices.
Yes, that is correct. So here, and don't think that in festival days, Amazon, I mean AWS is giving some offers. No, that is not there. But yeah,
Yes.
definitely some other, as the name suggests. Okay, if you are using a long period of time, then they will give. You can do the reservations. If you are using the short term period, you can use the short term. So they have a different pricing model for different purpose. Okay, I'll just give the overview of each particular services. You need to go in detail and come up with your own points. Okay, so there are different pricing models again in EC2 instance. So what are the different models? On demand instance. On demand, as the name suggests, on demand. What is demand? Based on the demand, I mean on demand. So let's say you have purchased, you have booked the cab, and you have going from one destination to another destination. Okay, so what you are doing, you are not paying for whole car, right? You are just paying for that particular period. Like you are doing going for 10 kilometers for 1 hour. You are paying for that particular period, not for whole car itself, or not their petrol, anything. So they have some fixed particular price for like one destination to another destination. That is, we call it as a on demand, pay as you go model. Okay, that we call. Next one is a reserved instance. As a name itself, it suggests what is reserved. You are reserving something. Example, what booking a cab for 1 week, okay, or booking a hotel for 1 week, okay, where you will get a discount compared to the on demand, right? So that we call it as a reserved instance. What is spot instance? We'll say later. Okay. So next, dedicated host and dedicated instance. Okay. Here reserving, you are reserving for particular room. Okay. There could be a scenario where you are booking whole particular floor or a whole particular hotel itself, right? Example, you have a what like Ambani or some other guys. They are not booking one particular room or two rooms. They are booking whole hotel itself if they have a functions. So for that particular use case, they have a different pricing models. And what is spot instance? Example, if hotel is running with no bookings, okay, example, non-holiday days, okay, where hotels are no one will going to the tour, everything, right? But nowadays, yeah, of course, people are going every time actually. But in those days, non-holidays hours, like people are not going anywhere and they are not getting any books, okay, of the hotel. Then what they will do, they will give at the very low price. Okay, that for attracting the people. Example, big billionaire day. Okay, in big billionaire day, what they will do, they will sell all their like old products. I can say, example, they have launched new products, but new products always it will be costly, right? So end products like older version, example, 4G mobiles or 3G mobiles. Nowadays, people won't use 3G or 4G mobiles, right? People always prefer 5G mobiles instead of 4G or 3G mobiles. What they will do, Amazon or anything, they will sell their products like 4G or 3G devices with very, very low cost. Example,
Like
iPhone.
sales, Max, Reliance, they'll be giving 70% discount, 50% discount, old stock clearance, something you can relate to.
Yes. So wherever their products are not selling, they will give offers or they will bid actually. So then people will come and they will start using. Okay, it is less cost, right? We can try for some purpose. So for that particular purpose, they will use a different EC2 instance. So these are the 5 models where you need to choose among yourself. So I have already prepared the slides, but you need to come with your own point.
Let them do this. Anyhow, these are understandable. What you have to do is you have to search, work on it and come with one slide. You can make a group of 5 members among yourself. Okay, present one slide and anyone from one group can explain.
So go to the AWS EC2 pricing models. Okay, this is a keyword you need to type. Once you type here, so we'll get a multiple links here. But go to the link which is having http amazon.com /EC2 /pricing. Okay, this one where you will get EC2 on demand saving dedicated host. If you type this particular link, you will get this particular link. You will get again all these things on demand. What if you click this particular plus mark, you get all the in detail, like what is on demand, what is the purpose, and next what is the savings plan, okay, and what is the EC2 spot instance, the reserve instance. So you can have links here where you can go ahead and read the particular document and prepare one slide. Okay. So I'm pasting
Give
this particular.
that link in the chat. Actually.
Yes, I'm pasting this link.
So voluntarily, how many of you wants to take? It is compulsory anyway, but who want to present it in the next class?
Yeah, we will give only 5 minutes, not more than that. So within 5 minutes.
Yeah, 1 minute. Each one can explain 1 or 2 minutes. That is more than sufficient.
Yes, yes.
Sir, what we have to explain the pricing model.
Yes, yes, pricing model. This pricing
Whole
model is
pricing model.
not all actually. Each one should take one pricing model.
For example, you can take the first one. What you have to explain what is on-demand instances. Okay, yeah,
Sir, we
for
do not.
example, Purnima will take spot instances that way.
On demand.
Okay.
Reserved instance. Okay. And spot instance. And savings plan. Savings plan. Okay. And dedicated host. Okay, there are 5 topics are there, guys.
Sir, if we do not get a group of 5 members, so can we explain any one of?
Yes, yes. So if you are interested, come forward and take one particular topic. Okay, one
So
particular.
2 persons, if you take the same topic, also no problem.
You can have a group also. If you are okay with individual also, that is also okay. But only the condition is you need to prepare one slide, at least one slide like this. Okay, example, I'm just showing one slide like this on demand, one slide. What is they are using billing per second. Okay, first after first minute per second billing, and it is for no long-term commitment. Okay, short-term and interrupted workloads can be recommended if you are going for pay-as-you-go model. Okay, something like that. Example, reserved instance. Again, reserved, they have different classes are there. Convertible, scheduled are there. What is the discount? They are giving 72% discount compared to on demand. So it is for 1 year and 3 years. Okay. And savings plan. So spot instance. Okay. So like this, you need to prepare only one slide, not more than that. At least one line also, that is fine for us.
Okay, sir.
What about others? We're not, getting any responses. Can you
Guys,
respond?
this is a very good opportunity, I can tell, where you need to come forward and take the topics, do the mistakes, learn the things, then you will get it actually. So yeah, Gupta is ready and
Okay.
Javit is ready. Who else, guys?
Komal, fine. Yes, we are getting a lot of thumbs up. Okay. So next week we'll be waiting for your presentation.
No, wait,
1
wait,
minute is also fine. Okay, but you have to speak out and you have to understand.
wait.
Good.
Guys, please raise your hands, whoever wants to take the topic, so that I can distribute the topic here itself, so that there will be a better clarity here. Okay, good. Okay, Rohit Gupta, Javit, okay, Purnima. Very good, guys. Still anyone wants to join the this thing? No worries. If we can have a group of people also, that is also fine. So that it will be easy for you guys. Okay, good. Okay. So we got the 6 responses. Okay, just a minute, guys. So I have just given the reference link. Okay. So you can check the other links wherever if you are getting something. Search in YouTube also. Okay, and come up with the answers. So I'll just tell the names. Just please note down. Okay. First topic, on demand. On demand can take Rajdeep. You can take the on demand. Someone who dropped the hand actually. Who is the 6th person, guys? Guys, don't be scared actually. Let
Yeah.
me call who is the 6th person. Uh, okay, Tiwari. Tiwari, you have raised the hand and you have raised down your hand. You don't want to do it? Tiwari?
Yeah,
Okay.
he came back.
Okay, Adarsh. Sorry. Okay, guys.
No, sir, I want to do it by mistakenly. It's done. Sorry for that.
Okay. No, you can take the topics as well. There is no need to be sorry. Actually, it is better if you do it right. Okay. Do one thing. 7 guys has raised the hand. 8 guys. Okay, very good. So some other 2 guys can join. Okay, so that I can have a 5 topics. 2 of you guys take the.
Two members can take each topic.
Okay, Gupta and Rohit, you both guys can take a reserve instance. Okay, just note down. Someone can note down. Na?
I will
Select
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
just in the chat.
Gupta and
Rohit Yadav.
okay.
Okay, Gupta and Rohit Yadav.
What is the topic?
Reserve instance.
Reserved instance. Yes.
Okay.
And guys, if you raise down your hands, then it will be confusing for me. Next, you can note down.
Next one.
Tyagit and Purnima. Okay, they can take the savings plan. Tyagit and Purnima. So guys, once I assign the topic, please raise down your hands. Okay.
What is the topic?
Savings plan.
Savings plan. Okay.
Okay. So Tyagit and Purnima can raise down your hands. And Rohit, I have already given you, right? You can raise down your hands. Adarsh Tiwari and another Tiwari. So you both guys take which topic? Let me. So you guys both can take dedicated host and dedicated instance. Adarsh and Asmita, right? Asmita Tiwari. Both you can take the dedicated host and dedicated instance. So what else we left? We left with on demand and spot instance. So on demand already tells the name itself, but it is also important. Who else, guys? We want to take another 4 guys we required for the topic. Gupta and Rohit, Adarsh Tiwari, Adarsh and okay. Guys, I want another 4 members voluntarily. Who wants to take it up? Okay, or else I can call the names. Is that okay, guys? Some guys already dropped the session actually. Guys, don't be
Don't
worried.
hesitate. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Anjali, you want to do it? Anjali Srivatsav. Others, you can raise down your hand. I have already given the topic. Dedicated host and dedicated instance for you. Anjali, are you there? Faruqi. Okay, you don't want to do it. But yeah, see, next class onwards, we will call randomly. This time we are giving the randomly. I mean, you can take the topics, but next class onwards, we will give topic each individual so that you can prepare and you can come back. Okay. Faruqi, you want to do it? Muskan,
No, sir.
Okay. Guys, come forward, guys. Another 4 guys, come forward and take the topic. Or else that's it. If no one wants to take the topic, that is fine. Okay. But guys, whoever got the topics, please prepare 1 slide at least, and prepare, and we will give 5 minutes for each of you. So once it is completed, we will start our session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So another
Okay.
4 members we can try now. Disha, you wanted to take topic? Ramesh, Shreya. A writer, I'm just talking. Komal,
I think
Muskan.
they are dropping it actually. No
Okay,
worries,
no
guys.
problem.
No problem. But at
This
least
time,
see.
yeah, you see, this time how they are doing, you see it. So next time, like you will be,
Get a
interested to take.
confidence. Yeah. No worries, guys. I mean, yeah, but be prepared. So we will give the topics everyone actually. For whole our course, actually, we will give topics for everyone actually. We want to make you guys ready for job interview. Okay, that is our goal. So definitely we will make it. Don't be worry about anything. Okay, do the mistakes, learn the things. Definitely will get it. Okay, that's what our agenda is. Okay, guys.
Fine,
Thank
then,
you.
yeah,
And
we'll
we
wrap up the
will meet
session.
in next Saturday. Okay, and please follow that rule. I'll just paste in WhatsApp group. Okay, what are the rules you need to follow? That is mandatory because that helps us to enhance or speed our course, and where you can understand more things. Okay, we have many topics to discuss actually. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Thanks for joining. Thank you everyone.
Have a
Sir?
nice weekend. Bye.
Yeah.
Sir,
Welcome.
sir, if you have any query, so we can we message you on WhatsApp?
Yes, sure, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
You can message, or you can call, or we can send the email address also. You can drop email also. Whatever the possible, I mean, feasible way you are comfortable, you can ask the doubts.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah.
Bye, sir.
Bye.